What's going on, you guys? It's your boy 360 Stacks in this thing, baby, representing TKOG. And today, since it's Halloween, you already know I wanted to show you guys a theme deck. This is a deck that, I kind of had my heart for a while, which was VENDREAD's, and this was, back in, 2017, 2018. It was, my main deck for a little bit, probably for, 4 or 5 months. It's gotten a lot of support, and in the background, it's still a good deck. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I think one of the issues with this deck, where it struggles a lot, is and not that its inboards aren't good. It's just that it really doesn't play the disruption that well. It can lose to 2 hand traps very often. But then you have super duper gas hands, which where you open a lot more engine and you can push. And your inboards are pretty good. It's so easy. There's 1 and 2 card combos that literally make a perfect Slayer and a perfect Battle Lord, and you can make a perfect Executor, where your entire board cannot be targeted. And in certain matchups, that is checkmate, where everything on your board can't be targeted by anything at all, and your Executor also gets to banish 2 different things, which is really good. And you can set up multiple negations. You can set up multiple spot removals. I think the deck is pretty powerful. I wanted to experiment more with the vampire engine. I just wanted to find a way to make Ghost a good starter, to get access into domination, to add to your inboard, so you can have your inboard be reorigin domination on top of whatever you have. But you have to play more vampires for this card to work. And yeah, I still haven't theory crafted this properly. I thought it'd be cool as a Halloween themed thing to do, to make a VENDREAD vampire deck, but I think I'm gonna do a vampire deck and the Ghost Trick deck as separate decks in general. But yeah, the deck is pretty fun. As far as a ritual deck, it's very unique because very similar to Drytron and Necros. It really doesn't ritual summon the typical way, and it summons from deck and also from grave, and it really can just play without a hand a lot. It has a lot of good follow-up, and I mean a lot of follow-up. That's one of the strengths. It's it has a lot of follow-up. It has really good recursion, and a lot of the VENDREAD monsters outside of Revenants really do allow you to keep extending through hand traps, which is a huge deal. Oh, I'm waiting for my stream to set up, and then the timer went off. I mean, for my my premiere to go off. But yeah, I think that if these cards were able to get themselves on field easier, and then had their same effects, I think they'd be crazy. I think this deck could actually be crazy. What I wanted was for every VENDREAD to have the effect where you reveal a VENDREAD ritual monster and special summon themselves, kind of how the Lemuromancer deck works, while still having their graveyard effects. Then this deck, I think, actually would be broken. I think if the little baby VENDREAD monsters just had that one effect, this deck actually would be broken. It actually would be a really good deck. If all these cards shared that effect, but they do get really good once they're engraved, and you can get them engraved really consistently and easily, but they're not cards you want to draw ever. So even the good one Scar, and Streech, and also Houndhorde, which are the best ones, you still don't want to draw these cards, and you want them engraved, and you'd rather just send them from deck to grave. So yeah, let's get into the deck profile though, you guys. For non-engine and defensive cards, we play 3 Droplets, 3 Talents, and also Kelback, which is a hand trap in this format. I play Kelback still because I still like the idea of getting information game 1 without knowing what I'm up against and what board I should make. Well, also there's a very high chance that you can high roll into some insane stuff. There's a lot of really broken cards that you want engrave. So Kelback's insane. Geldogra is literally the best 1 card in this deck. Off of Geldogra, full combo, you can literally end on Zombie World, Beladrock, IP into SP plus the perfect Slayer, which is just broken, and you're insulated from the Nibiru through Battle Lord, which is pretty broken. Battle Lord's a pretty broken card. If he was a quick effect, he would be Shockmaster, but he's a spell speed 1 Shockmaster, which to me is still just kind of absurd. I'm not gonna lie, this card's kind of not okay. This is probably the most unfair VENDREAD card that the entire archetype has. he insulates every hand trap. Like, so if you get to the point where you can stick Battlelord up, like, you're gonna win. It's really crazy going second. So the fact that your full combo is insulated from the Bureau is just broken. So like, Geodagra does single-handedly beat Nib by itself. It does beat Ash by itself, and it also gets you like IP and a SP, a Balladrock with Zombie Lord. Zombie World already checkmates quite a few decks in this format right now, on top of making the perfect Slayer. And the perfect Slayer, if you guys didn't know, is literally going to be able to banish a Speller Trap and banish a special summon monster. So you're getting 2 disruptions off that, 2 disruptions off of the IP and the SP, which is already 4 interruptions, which is just crazy. It's just crazy. And then you also have Belladrock, which can technically become 2 disruptions. So you really do have like literally 2, 4, 6 interruptions off of just one Geodagra. So that's pretty broken if you ask me. Off of like a non-competitive deck, having a 1-card combo like that is just insane. I like Diviner a lot because like I do like to high roll, but also at the same time, him being a level 6 and a tuner is a big deal because I do like playing Zulkin and a Crystal Wing. I don't want to ever lose to Nib, and I don't want to lose to like a high impact hand trap later in the duration of my combo. So like Zulkin and the Crystal Wing is pretty insane. I'm just saying. Prost, because the deck is just really not that consistent, and plus like you want to see Geodagra every single game. So if I could play 7 or 20 Prosperities, I would, because every hand that I see Geodagra I think is like literally the best hand. It made me want to play Sauruvus so that this card just doesn't get imperm. Like, it was that serious. Like, I want to play Geodagra Turbo. It's just that good. 3 copies of Preparation Pre-Prep. This is my favorite spell. If you guys didn't know, this is actually my favorite spell in the entire game of Yu-Gi-Oh! What's so funny is, like, the guys in the background are literally waiting for him to get full so they can, like, sacrifice him for a ritual. So, like, he's tearing it up. He's eating. He's enjoying. He looks like one of the Djinns. Really love this card. It's my favorite spell in the entire game. Ritual is also my favorite mechanic. Fun fact about me, it's my favorite summoning mechanic. We have 3 copies of Preparation of Rites. Card's broken. Absolutely broken. 1 Child Slime, even though I wanted to play 3. And then 1 of each incantation. I don't want to play a lot more. I think that they can be situationally good to draw, but like the idea is to just tutor all of them off of just Child Slime. So, yeah. Really, really good. Geodagra is broken, you guys. Vendread Knights, I think this card's not that great. I really wish that it did more than just discard and add, because the other effect is like kind of relevant. But what I wanted Knights to do was like have like some ability to special summon. Like, I wish that this was this card. Like, this card is so close to being good. It just needs to actually quite literally be this. It needs to be first appearance. Because like it already searches your guys, which is cool, but like if it was first appearance, it'd be broken. I'm just saying. But it's a good card. It's just not a decent starter. Like, the lower we go down in starters, like the worse they get. So like you have 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19 starters. You have 2 of each ritual monster. I do love like Slayer and Battlelord, and I think playing more of them only comes up when like you need targets to actually have in deck to mill. But like if you make it to turn 3, you're really not gonna have that problem. The only problem that you will run into is like if you draw one and then like need a specific other one. So like 3 Battlelord is oriented, but like I play 50, so that kind of stuff doesn't really happen to me like that. Executor, I think an untargetable board is just broken. And in your all gas hands, that full board you end on, if you slap an Executor, he doesn't have to be perfect. You just want Executor to specifically be summoned with Anima, with Core, because your opponent cannot target him with card effects, and his base effect is nothing on the field can be targeted except for him. So it's very similar to like dupe blocking your opponent. Nothing can be attacked, nothing can be targeted. That FCKs a lot of matchups, and it also stops a lot of non-engine emergency controllers. I don't even want to go down the list. It's a grocery list. I love 3 Origin. I freaking love this card. This card's broken. It's not once per turn. It literally lets you extend forever. You can just keep going and going and going and going and going. 2 copies of Evolution. Evolution is gross. I'm not gonna lie. This card's pretty nice. I always do it in tandem with Battlelord. Ravenous. I like this card. I do. Don't get me wrong. I wish that it's crazy and sad to say I wish that it did more, But like summoning a VENDREAD from your hand deck or grave is not a joke, which is really cool. I wish that it didn't make you like force you into using the monster that you summon. I wish it said summon and then ritual summon using whatever. That would make this card better, but because of that, what it does is it just helps you to like get a name that you didn't already have into rotation, and also gives you like decent follow up. And like the ritual names also don't matter as much because you do ritual summoning from grave a lot. So like the multiples only matter because like you need names in deck for your combos, but after that, like a lot of this stuff is just not even relevant. We play one copy of Scar. Scar is the best non-ritual VENDREAD monster. He's an extender and he searches out your entire archetype. Now most combos like you are gonna get ritual spells, but like when you open like the 2-card combo, like you can search Reorigin instead, which insulates a lot of non-engine and also gives you super solid counterplay and follow-up because the token is a zombie, which is really gross. Strige or Strige and Hound Horde are like the go-to extenders. They're really good for your combo. They summon themselves from free. They allow you to like make better Slayers, better Battle Lords. Strige's effect when it's used as fodder is literally fodder, but it's a broken extender because it's just for free. Core is really good too. Core is like literally gonna make your, like it's almost like you want to sometimes side this out because not every matchup is good, but like going blind, this is a really good go-to. Core gives you guys targeting protection. It's a free extender. Anima allows you to grind better. So like I think it's a big deal to have Anima because just like dumping this card off of your turn 1 combo also like guarantees follow-up. Being like you can also literally like banish Scar and then like turn 3 you can Anima your Scar back and then just get right back into the game. We have Revenants and Hound Horde are literally the disruptions. Like you use these as ritual fodder, and like back in the day this is how we were trying to make the perfect Slayer. When this deck first came out, like we were just grateful to summon Slayer. We're using these two. Like even if we lost a duel, all VENDREAD players were just happy that we could make the perfect Slayer. That's what we wanted. But now you can make the perfect Executor using Hound Horde, Revenants, and Core because of its level, allowing you to abuse the ritual mechanic to get into it. With Battle Lord being a 7, you cannot make Battle Lord using Core and also Hound Horde and Revenants because you cannot exceed the golden rule of rituals. If something says you can equal or exceed the level when you're summoning it, that doesn't mean you could take a Battle Lord and a Slayer and an Executor and use all 3 to ritual summon a Battle Lord, because once you've met the level requirements, you can't throw extra monsters into it. However, if we had 7 level 1s, we could use 7 level 1s. But if we have a level 3 and a level 2 and a level 4, we can only use monsters until their levels equal into 7, even if they exceed it. So if you have 2 level 4s, you can summon Battle Lord. If you have a level 4 and a level 3, you can summon Battle Lord. However, if you have a level 4, a level 3, and a level 1, you cannot summon Battle Lord because once the monster's levels reach 7, you can't go past that. It's a really weird rule, but the best way to describe it is if you have 2 Revenants, because their levels combined do equal 8, but they also have already met the requirement of 7, and that's like the golden ritual rule that a lot of people don't know because they don't freaking play ritual decks, so they never know the rule. We have Banshee, Bloom, and also Veladrock for the combo. Like you just want Zombie World and you want to insulate a lot of non-engine, and also like just auto win against Zombie World. Like a lot of decks like Dragon League and Fluundereed specifically struggle with this deck like a lot. Struggle with this card a lot. So inherently they struggle with this deck. Inception, this is just part of this package. Hate drawing this card. And the Reorigin, I think this is a good trap. I think it's like Ricochet but worse. Like you just take you tribute your opponent's monster that has a level. So this doesn't work against extra cards, but it does work like as an inboard card, like turn 1 where you set up your full board, and like you just give yourself a token, which is just pretty decent. As far as extra deck, we play 2 Savior. I would play 3 if I have like more room, but we also play Vampire Sucker, which is actually a big deal. It is actually a big deal. You need to play Sucker. IP, SP, Dark is just so broken in this format. Fascinator, I love the lines that like go Dark into Fascinator and Fascinator take another card back, and then you can also Fascinator tribute itself, take another. So like going second, you actually, once you are able to access your extra deck, you can break boards relatively easily. You can pick boards apart pretty easily. You can take your opponent's stuff very often. And then Goddess is like because of Pearlies. If Pearlies didn't exist, I don't think you would need this card. I'm on 3 Arclight. I think it's not overkill. I think you need 3. You never just like, you do want to have 2 for Geldagra, but you never want to be in a position where like you have a dead Gel or a dead Diviner and you can't do anything with them. So like 3 is just warranted. It's super important. We have Elder so that they can also like break boards, and then like the Zulk and Crystal Wing because of Diviner specifically, and Beatrice because she's so broken. She's so good. You can make her with or without Diviner. You can make her with the engine, but like it's just, yeah, the card's crazy. Post sighting, this allows you to get access to some pretty nifty floodgates and like counterplay. So yeah, that's gonna wrap up my VENDREAD deck profile. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys really take this seriously, being like, if this Halloween themed meme deck actually happens to get 100 likes, then I will play this on stream, and I also will show you guys cool combos. So yeah, thank you guys so much. God bless you. Make good choices. Don't hurt your brain cells. And have a wonderful day. Happy Halloween to those who celebrate it. Peace.